What's going on here? What is going on here? How come it's not showing? Maybe I ain't kicked in yet. It's saying I'm live, but nothing's kicking in. What is going on with YouTube? What is going on with YouTube? Why? Okay, I just heard it. Okay. All right, family. I guess this is working. Looking to see. It says I'm live. Okay. Okay. Here. I'm moving, trying to adjust things, everybody. Trying to adjust things. See what's going on here. Oh, see if it's right. See what way I'm going with this paper. Huh. Why is this not showing right? Why is this not showing right here? Okay, why is this not showing right? Okay, let's see. Welcome everyone. I'm trying to just see what's going on with the screen and with YouTube. It's messing up on me. Give me a minute. I'm trying to adjust. Okay. Welcome everybody to PICK-3 at a glance. And congratulations to everyone hit that 5-9 pair. They called me and let me know they got the 5-9 pair in Illinois. So I'm starting with strategy number 2 today. And PICK-3 at a glance, like I always say, we're the home of no tic-tac-toes, no date zones, no grids, no flips, no mirrors, no multiple different rundowns. Because I take 22 numbers, do the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers, and I have all 1,000 numbers and their combinations that you can track at a glance. That's why I call it PICK-3 at a glance. Also, I have where you use strategy for tracking front pair, back pair, single pair, and single digits. And we hit the 591. I'm sorry, 951 in Illinois. Congratulations to everybody that hit it. Call me and let me know they hit it and email me. Now, like I said, the 951, you got 3 different pairs. 3 different numbers. So you're going to have 3 pairs. Here, where's red at, didn't come last month. That's what I mean by you have to carry those numbers over from month to month. It takes 3 years for these 1,000 numbers working with the law average to rotate. So you can't be jumping on and off the numbers. You have to track all 1,000 numbers. That's how I win. I used to not do that. I used to think that I could start over and the numbers would start over with me. They don't start over. They rotate and work with the law average from year to year to year. And it takes 3 to 4 years because you're only going to get a third of those 1,000 numbers every year. So congratulations to those that hit that 5-9 pair. And see, it didn't fall last month, and that's what I mean. The numbers rotate from month to month, so you got to watch them, the actual 1,000 numbers. So circle that it came this month. And now we see here that you got 3 different numbers. So you got the 15, the 19, and like I say, the 59. Simple as that. And at a glance, you know what's going on with all 1,000 numbers, all 1,000 pairs. I don't know how many pairs makes out of 1,000 numbers. Maybe somebody can answer that for me. Out of those 1,000 numbers, how many pairs can you get out of the 1,000 numbers? I ain't that smart on that yet. I just made this triangle to make it work, but I don't know how many pairs you can get out of 1,000 numbers. Is it 1,000 pairs? Is it 2,000 pairs? Is it 2,000 pairs? 4,000 pairs? I just don't know with the combinations that could come. That's interesting for me to know. I'd love to know that. How many pairs in 1,000 numbers? Or the 1,000 numbers? How many pairs can be made? That's interesting to know, really, and probably valuable to know from my standpoint. But I got them. I don't care how they come. I can get them on this triangle. That's all I care about. Okay. So now, if we look in here, we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Now I'm looking at 23 pairs left, and it's for a whole month. That's quite a few pairs. I haven't really, I can't say I've seen as many pairs left in a month. But like I said, I just started over in Illinois here with the wild ball, and it's been over in Illinois for a while. But in Missouri, we just started the wild ball last year in April. I think it was April the 19th. So this looked like quite a few pairs. If you're in Illinois and you got this triangle and you've been following me, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss any pairs, but check and see. But I'm pretty sure all these are correct. And that's quite a few pairs going over. Unless we do a lot of hitting or doubled up on pairs in the next week or so, then that'll tell the story. Normally I see maybe 10 pairs that I'm carrying over from month to month. Maybe that. But this here is still quite a few pairs. So I'm looking for probably these zeros and ones going to probably be catching up with themselves on the law average. So we'll see. Okay. All right. So the number was 951. So on that 951, I'm going to do the, if you're new and you're just not here, and like I say too, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, question and answers, at the end of the live. And that leaves me, let me be able to go ahead and teach the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. It makes it easier for me, and I think everybody involved to go through this and then do a Q&A through the chat. I mean, I got Bielzy, he's normally on here. Anybody, if you got questions in the chat, they probably can answer it as well as I can. So, and give you information too. And also, I'm going to do a throwback. I don't know, I got this idea. I'm going to do a throwback from one of my old old videos on here for people to watch doing after the live. Just the idea, something, thinking outside the box, trying to help the channel grow. So, it's a red pig. Okay, we're going to do the 111 rundown on that 951 that came out last night, Illinois draw. And that's all I do is evening draw. You can do with this strategy, you can do any draw you like. I wouldn't try to do no more than 2 tracking them, because if you track 2 of them and you're good at it, you can do pretty good. You'll do pretty good winning. Okay. But I just stick with 1, and I enjoy doing 1 because it's comfortable, and I like evenings. I don't try to do midday and evening on a regular basis. I just do evening draw. But if you can do both of them if you want, but I just stick with 1. 951 was the evening draw, the winning number for evenings in Illinois. This is the winning number that came in. And you're going to do 1 to each one of the numbers that came in. And this is called a rundown or a workout. They got plenty of names for them because there's so many of them. So here we're going to add 1 to the 9. You get 10, but you don't use the 1, you use the 0, because in lottery math, to make it work, you can only use single digits. So single numbers. You can't use 2 numbers to make it really work. There's no plus in the lottery math. So you just use the 0, and you go down here for double numbers. So you add 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. And 1 to 8, you're going to get 9. Same number at the bottom you get at the top, you add it correctly. Now, if you get into these trolls on here, don't worry about them, y'all. If they bother y'all, block them out for you all. But they need some love too. I don't, there's nothing they can say about my strategy is not true. Because if they say that the lottery is random, I agree with them 100%. It is randomly. But the law of average is a fact. Everything has an average. I think that's the first thing I learned in science. Everything has an average to it. And the law of average, even though it could be is a small percentage to help you, you can track the actual 1,000 numbers and use that average to your advantage. Because the numbers have to rotate. I don't care what system they use. Those 1,000 numbers will rotate and change places, and we go into more detail. So if they don't get upset, I don't get upset about nothing they ask me, because anything they ask me about the PICK-3 at glance strategy ain't going to upset me, because I can explain it, and what I explain to them will be factual. It won't be nothing made up, because if they track it and see what I'm doing, I'm really doing what any machine or calculator or anything can do, but I laid it out on paper to make it simple for everybody to do it and track it for themselves. Simple as that. So they don't upset me, because I can answer any question that they have. So if they upset you, although you can just block them or where you don't see them when they make the comments, they need some love. They must not be loved, because they wouldn't be on people's channels trying to destroy their channels. So, I mean, give them some love, y'all. Just block them or whatever you want to do, leave them. But they don't bother me a bit, because if I couldn't show this and be truthful about it, I wouldn't be on this channel. I wouldn't be showing PICK-3. But I know what it's done for me and how it works. So that's all I say about them. And I see them trolling a lot of people and saying some obnoxious things, but evidently they're unhappy people. And I won't let that energy bother me none. I've been around so many unhappy people in my life. They got a long way to come to catch up with them people. So they're in the back of the line. That's all I can tell them. They'll be in the back of the line to catch up with me. Okay, let me get back here. 1 to 5 is 6. 1 to 6 is 7. 1 to 7 is 8. 8. 1 to 8 is 9. And again, we know 1 to 9 is 0. My hand, and 1 to 9 is 0, but it's 10 really, okay? You don't use the 1, you use the 0 in lottery math. And then 1 to 0 is 1. 1 to 1 is 2. 1 to 2 is 3. 1 to 3 is 4. And 1 to 4 is 5. Same number at the bottom, you get at the top. Same here, we're going to add 1 to 1, we get 2. 1 to 2, we get 3. 1 to 3, we get 4. 1 to 4, we get 5. 1 to 5, we get 6. 1 to 6, we get 7. 1 to 7, we get 8. 1 to 8, we get 9. Then you do the 0. And then 1 to 0 is 1. Same total number at the bottom, you get at the top. Okay? Now, what we're looking for is the base number. And like I said, I took 22 numbers, and I don't know how I did it, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I see like it's an out-of-body experience. Every time I do this, it's an out-of-body experience to me. But I took 22 of those 1,000 numbers, 22 of them, and I call them the base numbers. And it's out-of-body experience that I can explain it, because math and me did not made up in school. I'm telling you, we didn't get along. But how I came up with this is just meant to be. So. But I was never a quitter. I guess that's it. I never quit. And anything I set my mind to, I did it. And that must be why PICK-3 at glance came about. I knew it was a better way, and I wasn't gonna quit till I found a better way. In my eyesight, might not be in somebody else's eyesight, but in mine. So there's 22 base numbers that I have. When you do the 1-1 rundown on the winning number like this that comes in, it will always, one of those 22 base numbers, single or doubles, will always be in that rundown, and if you add it correctly. If you misadd it, then it won't. But that's why I made it a 1-1-1 rundown, because it's simple to add that is simple to catch and simple to catch any mistakes that you might have made. Okay? Because they have all kind of different rundowns, and we'll get into that later. But that's how that works. The winning number. So after you do it and you acclimate yourself to those, see, y'all hear that big old word, acclimate? Don't think I'm smart now. That's just one of the many I remember. Yeah, I'm being goofy. It must be early. What time is it? I'm goofy today. Yeah, it's got to be. It's acclimated, okay? I remember too many of these big old words. I used to get reading, and when teaching word I wouldn't understand, I say big word and keep on reading. You know I used to do in school. So and so and so and so. Oh, big word. So and so. Oh, big word. I had a lot of big words I didn't understand. But anyway, y'all, you're going to learn. You're automatically, because there's 22 numbers, 12 of the straights and 10 of the doubles. And with your brains, your younger brains and mine, you'll memorize them. Okay? And I know that the base number from the rundown is 026. One of the base numbers is 026. Okay? But you see this 951 that came in, and any straight like this can come in 6 different ways. Like this 951 can come in as 915. It can come in as 159. It can come in as 159. Did I say that? 159 and then 195. And it can come in as 519 and 591. So if this 915 came in instead of the way that it came, and it came as 915, it would change the position of the 062. Because if the winning number comes in, it changed the position of the base number, the same. Anything that changes here changes down here. I think you would understand that. But I put my numbers in numerical order so that they would match numerically. I wouldn't have a 062, it would be 026 from the smallest to the largest number. Understand that? Simple. It's simple arithmetic. Simple third grade arithmetic, I think. That's about good as I got with it, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Okay, did I sound professional explaining that? But man, believe me, I wouldn't catch it ringing in. None of that was ringing in my ear when I was in school. Okay, so I guess because I've been doing this so long now, I can memorize a lot of it. So that's it. If these change, then the base number you're looking for will be in there, but it won't be as it is on the rundown sheet. Now, the good thing about, and then doubles, I want you to be familiar, acclimate you to the doubles. Like, they come only 3 different ways. That's where the law averages to our advantage. We know they only come 3 different ways. All right? So, doubles can only come 3. Let's say it's 1, 2, 2. The 1, 2, 2 can come 2, 1, 2, and it can come 2, 2, 1. And this basic PIM works with the law average, and it makes up all 1,000 numbers at a glance with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. Okay, this is what they call boxing the number, and I guess you box it for insurance. Like say you play this straight with 50 straight, any number straight is the jackpot if you bet for the dollar maximum bet. Okay, and in Illinois it's like $500. A box bet I think was $50. I don't know why I can't remember Illinois because I'm so used to Missouri. I know Missouri is $60, so it's got to be $50 in Illinois. So any box bet is like $50. So what they're doing here is insuring themselves. If the number come in any of these 6 ways, they'll automatically win. They might not win the jackpot, but they will win a supplementary prize amount. And same way here with the doubles. If you do a straight bet on it, you get jackpot, but other than that, you hit the box, you get a supplementary rate amount. So we know that the 062 is one of the base numbers. All right. And 1 minute. I got to get a sheet here. Okay. Looking for a sheet. Looking for a sheet. Looking for a sheet. Okay. All right. I'm not sure this works. All right. Yeah, I got it. I got what I need. And you know, doing the 1-1 rundown with the technology today. Let's see. Come on. The phones are acting up. Why is that doing that? This is one of them good days, y'all. But it's all what you make it. It's hard to throw me off course because I know things happen. Let's see. Where's this? My phone locking up. Okay. I wonder why it's doing that. The phone I want to use. Okay, here it goes. Okay. We got an app to do the 1-1-1 rundown on. And I want to make everybody familiar with this app. And you see it in the other videos. And if you can't find the app on your phone or some reason, I got a link. You send it to my email, momoneyterry@gmail.com, all small cap. M-O, money, M-O-N-E-Y, Terry, T-E-R-R-Y, @gmail.com. And I'll send you a link to get the app. And here it is. It's called PICK-3 Pro. You hit it here. It should jump up. It should jump up. Okay. There you go. I guess I wasn't using the right finger. Okay. So we're going to clear it. And we're going to put in the 951 in. All right. 951. Okay. And see the 1-1-1 rundown? It's going to give you all these numbers. Let me make sure you can see. It's going to give you all these numbers, all in a blank like that. And here, and hit the one, and see all these different numbers here. What you would do, they use these numbers to do the same thing I just did to try to figure out what number is coming the next day. There's no method out here going to show you what's coming the next day. Nothing. Period. None that I can find. And somebody smarter than me, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to look at what they got. But there's nothing out there that's going to show you what's coming the next day. Because all the numbers run randomly every day, 1 in 1,000 odds. You have to track all 1,000 numbers to know what's going on. Okay? So, what we have here, we're going to take and use all these numbers they do the rundown on, try to come up with them. I guess they're the most popular rundowns methods they use. But I only use the 1-1-1. And if you put that 951 in, you hit that 1-1-1, it gives you everything we just did over here manually. All the numbers at a glance. Okay? You have the 062. You have the 173. You have the 284, you have the 395, you have the 406, you have the 517, you have this 628, you have the 739, and you have the 840. And all you're going to do is look for the base number, which is 026. All right? And you're going to go to the column, because you got 22 columns. You got 10 on the singles. You got 12 on the singles, and you got 10 on the doubles. So you're going to go to that column, the 026 column, which I'm going to show you here, which is column 10. and you'll mark it off. Or circle it. Well, you'll see the 026 here. Let me make sure you see it. Okay. Column 10, 026. And you're going to go down column 10 and look for the 951. Now, it might not be in that same exact order because, like I said, if the winning number, which was the 951, come in, is not going to be the same on the sheet, but the sheet numbers stay the same. So this 915, here it is. You circle it like that. So now for the month, at a glance, see the importance of this? At a glance, I see for the month already that column 10 hit 1, 2, 3 times. And matter of fact, now I know this 804 was the first number of the month that came in May at a glance. See, this is how you build a strategy and a skill set, because you know what's going on with these numbers. Okay, column 10 hit 3 times already, and this number was the first number of the month to hit. Now that you can start ringing bells. This works for any state, anywhere in the world. Tracking your own numbers. No guessing of what's going on. This is 60 numbers you're looking at, because each one of these numbers can come 6 different ways. No guess, no tic-tac-toe, no date sum, no grid, no flip. I don't care what they do, gonna show you this. Nothing. At a glance. Here, I know this column. Okay, column 8 then only hit once. At a glance. Okay, I'm sorry, column 9 only hit once. Y'all gonna have to, if I say something wrong, you know I had eye surgery, so kind of fill it in a little bit for me if I say something wrong, because, I'm still fighting this eye surgery. Okay. I got glaucoma. And they did surgery on my right eye. It didn't come out too well. Now anytime I want to do my left eye, and I'm asking them, is they crazy? No, I'm not really asking them if they're crazy, but I ain't too swift to go let them do my left eye. They messed up my right eye. He telling me, did he have nerve? You know what doctor had nerve to tell me? Well, we're going to make sure we do the left eye better, because what we didn't do on your right eye, we're going to make sure we do it on your right eye. I say, what kind of food do I must look like a new kind of food to you. I look like a new kind of food. Now you're going to tell me after it didn't go so good that what you didn't do on my right eye, you're going to want to do it on my left eye? Why didn't you do it on my right eye? Do I look crazy or what? Because I'm old don't mean I'm dumb. So I'm looking at other doctors and other options. That's what I'm doing right now. Tell me that stupid stuff. I just looked at him. Say, okay, you do what you do on my right eye, you going to do on my left eye. Not this left eye. Not if I can help it. I'm so goofy, y'all. Just overlook me today, y'all. We're just having a good time. Okay. Every time I show this, I love it, because I don't know. It just amazes me how I came up with it. That's all, y'all. Okay. Now in column 7, I think I should have put a circle here. Yeah, I know I should put. See, I do a circle here. Really, you can circle or check what's at best, but I usually do circles on the sheet. And see, column 7, I see at a glance, 2 came off of that column. 60 numbers I'm looking at. I ain't got to look at no 1,000 numbers. And then column 6. Okay, now. Oh, no. Okay, I know. Did nothing come off column 6? Okay. Nothing's come yet off of column 5. Column 4, I know at a glance. Column 4 didn't hit 1 time this month already. And we only got about a week and a half left in this month. Column 3, nothing off column 3. All right. Column 2, 1 hit off of column, well, 2 hits off of column, wait, 3. 1, 2, 3 off of column 2. All at a glance. Skill set, strategy. You want to do OPPB. You want to be organized. You want to be patient. You want to be persistent. And you want to stick with a budget. And you can do all this while you're tracking and looking at the numbers. You don't have to play every day. You can play and wait till the numbers, like I say, wait till the law average fall in your favor in your state. Then you'll know what to play. Okay, column 1, which column 1 is the consecutives. At a glance, you'll know ain't no consecutive field. Like consecutives would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. Then it goes 8, 9, 0, 9, 0, 1, back. But we usually count like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, like that. That's what they call consecutive numbers. These numbers we just call singles. But any of the numbers that consecutive, like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. And I didn't know what that was when I was playing. So if you knew, now you know what they mean when they say consecutive numbers. That's what they mean. Now here, like I said, at a glance, you got these, and here, these numbers here are the base numbers that I'm referring to. And these base numbers, whenever your winning number come in, will be in that rundown in one of its forms. So you got 012 in column 1. You got 013 in column 2, 014 in column 3, 015 in column 4, 016 in column 5, 017 in column 6, 018 in column 7, 024 in column 8, 025 in column 9, and here's the 026 that came in that hit the date yesterday, 026 in column 10, 027 in column 11, and 037 in column 12. You see that? And here people ask me, well, how'd you skip from 018 to 024? I say, I don't know, man. I don't know where my brain was at when it came up with this. My brain was on its own mission. Something I figured that, okay, 018 was as far as I could go to make those 1,000 numbers come up. Somehow, I really don't know, y'all. I don't. I ain't kidding y'all. So now, what I did here, you got to look at these here. See those little 12 columns? Give you 720 of those 1,000 numbers that you looking at right here. Because each one of these columns can come 6 different ways. And each one of these columns is 10 numbers, give you 60 numbers at a glance on each one of those columns that you're going to always know what's going on with your numbers. Easy, simple. The simple the better for me. Simple the better for me. Easy to explain. That's what I like. I like explaining. My teacher told me one time I was a little shy and I didn't answer a lot of questions. She said, well, don't be afraid to answer questions because the only question that's not asked is the only dumb question is the one not asked. That's what she said. The only dumb question is the one not asked. And I wore her out because I was asking questions like crazy. She should have never told me what no dumb questions, because I asked every dumb question I could come up with. I sure did. Every dumb question she said, I guess she looked at me kind of funny that. Say, whoo, I should have never told him that. He took me for real. So, yep. 60 numbers, 720 right here in these columns you're looking at. If you do the 1-1 rundown, find the number, mark them off. And you'll always know what column is due. And as you marking them off, you'll always know, working with the law average, what numbers ain't failed and what are due at a glance. And what I do is I take this sheet here and I take a picture of it and put it in my phone and study it and see what's going on with the numbers all the time, even if I'm not playing. That's why I say you'll always know why you playing your numbers, because you're going to say, oh, okay, I know that column 7 ain't hit in 90 days. And I know that such and such and such a number then fell off column 7 already. And working with the law average, I know these numbers are left are the best numbers to play. No tic-tac-toe, no date sum, no grid, no flip, no headstand, no backward flip. Gonna show you that. It ain't happening, y'all. But 12 columns will put the law average in your court. Okay. So this here is strategy number 2, which I showed earlier. I love this too. Don't know how I came up with it. I'm telling y'all. Y'all might think I'm kidding, but I don't know how I came up with it. But here, you got strategy 2, which is a triangle. So I said, okay, I need to know what pairs are left. That's why I was asked the question about how many pairs in 1,000 numbers. pair combinations, and 1,000. I was trying to put it in my head. I don't know if I can come up with it. It's got to be an answer. I tried to Google it. How many pairs to 1,000 number 1,000 from triple zeros to 999? How many pair combinations would it be for those 1,000 numbers? Maybe 2,000, maybe 3,000. You go four. No, doubles only got three ways, so you have to put the doubles in there. But I'd like to know that. I'll figure it out somehow when I ain't got nothing to do. I'll be able to tell y'all the exact number, how many in there. Okay. So here we go. With that now, you got 951. You got three separate digits. Okay, three separate digits. So you're going to have three pairs working with strategy number 2, which is my triangle chart. And that will be, again, like I showed you earlier, that you would mark off the 15, the 19, and the, make sure you can see. Okay. Make sure you see. Would be the 15, the 19, and the 59 that didn't come in. See, I'm circling on this sheet. I had circled it on the other one, so I circled. Now I know, see, that red mark indicates to me that it didn't fall last month. That's how you keep up with everything. You see what I'm saying? You want to keep what numbers don't fall in the previous month. You want to highlight and move them over to the next month. That's why you always know what numbers are due and what columns are due. And you do one of these every month. You do one of these sheets every month. If you go, if you I don't know if you play on a regular basis, let's say that. If you play, I know people can't play every day, whatever. I got a little chump change that I can play pretty much, 90% of the time out of a month. But then I'm sticking with 2 to 3, and the maximum I try to do is $5 sometimes. But I stick with a budget. I make sure I, try not to go over my budget, but, I'll have a little chump change because, I gave up smoking, drinking, and I don't chase women no more. So I take that little change and use it. Yeah, smoking, drinking, and I don't chase women no more. So what can I say? Other than this, my life would be a total bore if I didn't do nothing else. Okay. Shoot, all I had to do is stay in the bed and go to sleep. Okay. So that's on the strategy. So with those three separate numbers, again, you got the three numbers, which is the 15, the 19, and the 59 that didn't fall last month. Okay, so if I was playing, wanted to play 59, and after I hit and I want to build numbers or pairs to my bucket list, I would have tucked that 59 and did a rundown, a wheel on it. I call it a wheel that you do. And I'll show you how I've won with using this strategy. You can look at some of my back videos with some of my winning tickets that you'll see in Missouri. Like I say, I haven't hit hard over here like I did in Missouri. And I didn't stay in Missouri because it's hard to play on both sides of these waters. Like I say, you have to have yourself a budget. And I ain't about to run over Missouri and over Illinois trying to play. I'll wait till those numbers line up in Illinois the way I want them. And I'll be showing you some real decent Illinois tickets also. But I'm not hopping off no numbers to try to win like that. I stick with my numbers 60 to 90 days because you're tracking, you're going to see how long it takes. Oh, no, this is the wrong one I'm showing. I'm going to show you how to wheel that 59. If you want to play a number and you see that 59, say it ain't came out, and say it hadn't came out for 3 months, and it can take that long, 3-4 months, a pair might not come out, and you wheel it at 590, 591, 592, 593, 594, 595, 5596, 597, 598, and 599. And what I do to win, I box this 50-cent box. After I done won from carrying my numbers and winning and knowing what I'm doing with the numbers, I reinvest in my bucket list of numbers. This would have been one of my bucket list of numbers to play. And then I would have ran it straight. I would have ran it box. Or since I know that this 59 ain't played, I look to see how the last it played on the front or the back or different combinations. That's how you build your strategy and your skill set. You want to try to hit the numbers straight. That's what you want to do. And if I see that the 5-9 ain't filled on the front all year, then I'm going to play it as 5-9-0 straight box. Depends on how I see it. And see here, you would have hit the 5-9-1 if you did it box. But if I had seen that, say, I had seen that 9-5 ain't fell on the front most of the year, I would have played it as 5-9-1. And 9-9-10, I would have hit it straight. Or if I'd have seen that the 5-1 hadn't fell on the back, I'd have played it 9-5-1. See what I'm saying? This is how you strategize. This is how you build a skill set. You can't see that with them tic-tac-toe, date, sum, careers, and multiple different. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't keep living. Once I know better, I do better. I can't keep living something that I know ain't working and has no real strategy to it. Can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. And this works for me. It worked for me. That's why I'm sharing. There's no qualms about this. If you see 9-5 from tracking with my strategy, ain't fell on the front almost all the year, and you see that this 59 ain't fell in ain't fell in 120 days, you'd be crazy not to play 5-9-1. Or if that 5-9 that 5-9 ain't fell on the back. I'm sorry, the 5-1 ain't fell on the back. I hope I ain't getting too ahead of you guys. That's how I win. That's how I win. I know what's going on with every number I play. I don't play it. I don't play my birthday. I don't play nothing unless I know how to play the front of it, how to play the back of it, how to play the side of it, how to play everything on it. And I hold on to my numbers because I ain't playing a lot of numbers trying to hit. Especially when I don't know why I'm playing them. Especially. And I done that with 385. 38 hadn't failed for 120 days. I knew what was going on with that 38 before I played it, and it came in exact. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. But you got tab is on your side when you're tracking all 1,000 numbers because you ain't getting antsy. You see what the numbers are doing. You ain't going to be antsy. What you antsy for? You're looking at the numbers. You know what they're doing. Ain't nobody telling you what they're doing. You know what they're doing in your state. Ain't nobody telling you what's going on with it. You're going to see that these numbers can take, a pair can take 120 days. A column can take 100 days or 90 days. And you hopping on and off numbers trying to hit. Okay. So I hope you got suggested that. And then here, following everybody the same way, they say, okay, we're going to go through and see the last time a single digit fell in a state. And then they'll tell you to just play that single digit. I can't just play it. I want to know where I'm going to play it at. That makes most sense to me. I want to know where I'm going to play that single digit at. This is what I came up with strategy number 3. So I said, okay, it's 3 numbers. I always want to know where I'm going to play that digit at. So I'm going to make me 3 columns from 0 to 9. And every time a number come in, winning number come in, I'm going to mark it off. And that number is going to be like 9. I'll see, okay, 9 then fell here 3 times on the front. And the 5, let's see, 5 then only fell, well, it'll only be 2 times in the middle. And 1. And 1 then fell 3 times on the end. Now, my brain is calculating, okay, ain't no 0 fell on the end. Ain't no 3 fell in the middle. Ain't no 3 fell on the front. That's a double 3 right there. You know, my mind, as I'm doing this, is calculating with me on when I win, how to play and what I'm going to play. Look at that being played. That's what I mean by building a skill set. So let's say, like I'm playing my birthday, 927. because it didn't fall none last year. I went back all last year and collected the data from Illinois with this sheet. I just used this one sheet to go back and collect data when I first start, and I want to see what numbers didn't fail, and whatever numbers are left is the numbers I'm looking at playing working with law average. I go back and collect the data with one sheet. I call that an annual sheet. I do an annual sheet first starting. I went back 2 years when I put this sheet together. I went back 2 years and collected data and see what numbers was left. I realized you don't have to go back 2 years. All you got to do is go back, use the lottery post, and go back. They give you 1 year's worth of data. Go back and get 1 year's worth of data and start from there. Now, if you go to lottery post and you go back to 2023, whatever month it is, when you get to December, you wanna I would say stop at December, and when you start January of 2024, do separate months. Do separate months from January, February, March, April, then May. Reason being, as you marking those numbers off for those months, you'll be able to, which I did, you'll see what numbers haven't hit and what columns haven't hit. Because you might find out that a column in your state, like column 10, ain't hit in three months, which is 90 days. So I would pick up those numbers to look at to start playing that column 10. Just like in Illinois, here, we got column 5 on the doubles ain't hit since January. I'll go and show you right quick. The doubles, on the doubles, column 5. And doubles run slower than singles. But see here, column 5, the only thing, and the reason like I say, you can build a skill set. The only thing that hit on here since January of this year, on the very first day of the year, and this is what you'll be able to see what these numbers are doing in your state, like I can see what's going on in Illinois, is this 661, and it came 616. And that's the only thing for the whole year that fell off that column. This column's so hot it ain't even funny in Illinois. And these are called false triples, which I'll explain that as we go along. But I'm playing that column along when I hit. When I got extra money, I play this column. I'm not playing all these doubles. I know this column ain't hit since the very first day of the month. So you got January, February, March, April, May. Going on 5 months, this column ain't hit. And that's what you're going to do, a tic-tac-toe, a date sum, a career, to flip a mirror to know that. It ain't going to happen, y'all. It ain't going to happen. You got to track all 1,000 of these numbers. It's like trying to bake a cake and you ain't got no flour. It's the biggest part of the goal. Okay, let me go back to where I was at. Okay, I hope y'all get the gist of this here. And if I'm a little goofy, excuse me, I'm not trying. I like to be exciting, but I might be a little goofy today, because like I say, I don't know, I'm goofy. What time is it? It's got to be before 12 o'clock. It's got to be before 12 o'clock. Okay, like again, I was saying, they were saying play that single digit, and I had no idea where and why I was playing it. Okay, so here it is right here. I made 3 columns. Like I said, from 0 to 9, and I would mark what position the numbers came in. I think I showed y'all that already. I did the 9, the 5, and the 1, so I know what's going on with all the digits. And then, like I say, I went back last year, got the data, 927. That's the only reason I'm playing my birthday. It didn't fall none last year. I'm cool with that. If it don't fall this year, I'm cool with that, because I know why I'm playing this number. That's how I win. You got to know why you're playing your number. You got to know it. You can't guess it and win. Because you can't do that on PICK-3. You can't do that on PICK-4, PICK-5, and none of them other numbers. All of them are strictly luck. I just put my name in the hat on Powerball, and if I play Lotto, I really don't do Lotto. Powerball and Mega Million. I just got set numbers. I play 1 ticket every draw, period. That's it. Because if it's for you, that's for you. Because you know that's all luck. PICK-4, anything that you can't track, Above PICK-3 is luck, period. And PICK-3 is random. And odds of winning is hard. But you can track them. And they got to work off the law average. Them numbers have to rotate. They ain't going to play 1, 2, 3 every day. Because them numbers going to rotate. They got to play 2, 1, 3 or 3, 1, 2 or 3, 2, 1. That's how the law average work. Them numbers got to change positions. And with them changing positions, you only going to get a third of them doing that for the whole year. You got 365 of them you're going to know what's going on with. And if you ain't tracking, you got 635, you ain't got no idea unless you track it, the actual 1,000 numbers. Or have a system or strategy or way to do that. And the object is to hit straight. And the only way you really going to be able to hit straight, you got to know what's going on with the front pair, back pair, single digit. That's the only way to hit straight. You can't guess straight. You can't guess it. It ain't going to happen. And if you winning and you ain't tracking, you playing a loser's game. Okay. All the way. And it's luck. Luck runs out, y'all. But here we go, 927. Now say going into June, I realized this 9 don't hit on the back. It's already hit though, but I'm just using this example. Then I'm going to play my 729, play my 927 as 729 and 279 and put that 9 on the back to shoot at it straight to increase my chance of hitting straight working with law average. Because like I say, them numbers have to change positions. And then also it depends on if I see that the 7-9 ain't fell on the back or the 2-9 ain't fell on the back yet, I'm definitely looking at it harder to play because I know what's going on with every number. All 1,000 numbers at a glance. And tell you how I won with this. With this simple strategy, winning big. One was a decent hit for me in Missouri. 7s had not failed with a number for a whole month. I thought I was tripping. I say, wait a minute, I must have missed a 7 somewhere. Couldn't believe it. 7s hadn't failed with a number all month. So I said, okay. And I don't really play triples, but I'm telling you how you play triples. And then next month, I was almost through the end of that next month. And I said, wait a minute, no 7s this month either. That would make me go back to the previous month, think I had missed something. Because I say, you mean it's 2 months that no 7 failed with a number? So I loaded up on 777s. I did 7-7 front, 7-7 back. And like I showed you, wheeling that that 5-9 and wheeled 770 all the way down to 779. And they banged them and they came in. Because law average, they had to come in. Unless they cheating. Now, when y'all start tracking these numbers and seeing stuff is way, way out of hack, you know they got AI running the numbers then. You're going to know AI is running these numbers. That's what I'm scared of, really. Because I'll just hang up my hat. Because I'll know from tracking. Like I'm telling you that column 5 ain't hit yet in 4 months. I know on average something should be rolling off that column real soon, no less than 6 months. And if it don't, it's 1 in 1,000 that don't. It's pretty irregular that doubles don't come that frequent, but I got an idea about how they should roll. And you're going to have an idea, too, how they roll it in your state if you track it. But you ain't got no idea if you're not tracking. And that's how I hit them. And that stuff, nobody would have seen that if they wasn't tracking. And if they was only looking at one number to see that it's cold, they wouldn't have known how it was cold or why it was cold. Okay. And then the front pair and back pair. Go to the front pair and back pair. I hope y'all see what I was talking about. Yeah. Front pair and back pair sheet. Both of these sheets here, the numbers are the same top and bottom. Now, you might have somewhere where you can get all this data. If you can, use it to your avail, since I'm explaining it to you. Lottery posts, I think you got to pay for it. If they got something like this, somebody might, I think, told me they might have something like this. If you want to pay the money instead of buying some sheets or getting some sheets or making this up and tracking for yourself, I ain't paying no money because it's too simple to do. This is, well, since I put picture at a glance. I had never seen anything like this. That's why I put it together, make it simple for everybody to understand and be able to track numbers for themselves and do it themselves. I was old school. So that 95 on the front, I'll mark it off. Like this 95. Let me move it over some more, see if you can see. Yeah. This 95, I'd circle it, knowing that, okay, it doesn't hit this first time it hit this year. This a yearly sheet. And that 5-1, I'll see when it played. Now, it look like the 5-1 to me, from my marking, I can see that it didn't hit 3 times already, that 5-1 on the back. Now, I know that this 5-1 on average, you're going to get 3 hits out of a number, might be and fade it out. Okay, so that's what I mean. I might not use it because I know on average, any of these front pair, back pairs on average, gonna hit the front pair or the back pair about 3 times on average. That's why I go for what hasn't hit, because I know with the law average it has to come. Okay, that's how that works. Front pair, back pair. All right, and like I say, anybody on here, what I do is a Q&A at the end, so don't feel that you asking questions and you're getting left out. And I do have people on here that's BLZ, B33LC. He's usually, I don't know if he's on here, but they can answer some your questions honestly. I answer honest questions. I give you honest answers to winning. I don't have to exaggerate anything, because with PICK-3 at a glance, you track it all 1,000 numbers. And I don't have to, and my strategy works. And I can tell you how to help you use it to win in your state with your own numbers. So how I don't play triples all year. I don't chase those triples. A lot of people chase triples because they think they can win with them. But I don't chase those triples. I only play triples working with the law average. And the law average tells me that you're going to get 3 numbers exact. Like if, you know, exact numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 5, 6 might come exact 3 times out of the year. So what I would do, I wait on triples, especially. I wait only 3 years. I mean, to the end of the year, like November, December, and January. That's when I usually win pretty good, because I didn't track down all the numbers and lessen the pool of the numbers that I'm looking to play, working with the law average. Okay, and that's how that worked. So 1 year, 8-8. In 2022, 8-8. Let me make sure I got it. 8-8 front pair did not hit but once in January. Something like this 616. I got my eye on that only hit in January on column 5. I got my eye on that bad boy. And here it only fell. That 8-8 only didn't fall none of the whole year in Missouri. None of it. So with my strategy, I knew 8 front and back had to fall 9 out of 10 for the year was out. For the whole year was out. So what I did, I made 888s my number to play. And they came in. Because I don't guess my triples or my numbers I play. All right? Because I know why I'm playing them. Same way with those 7s. You can track you can play triples, but make sure, like if you get all these columns here, all this front, all the doubles are on the top and the bottom. So whatever double you don't get on the front all year, let's say double 4s. If double 4s don't play on the front and double 4s don't play on the back, you'd be crazy not to play triple 4s. And if you don't play them, just call me. I'll play them for you in your state. If you see on the front and the back that double 4 ain't playing on the front and back, I'll play triple. And especially if you see that double 9s don't play on the front and back too, all through the year. Fours and nines are your triples to play. But that's how I play them. That's how I track triples down. But I don't play triples every day. Because last year, everybody was talking about Missouri triple sevens was going to come. Not a seven in sight. I pretty much knew they weren't coming. Because sevens had already did they run on looking at the law average on my end. So I didn't tell nobody. I don't tell people what to play because they random. You don't know what line to hop out the box, but you can strategize to have a good idea of what will if you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And that's how I do it. Now I want to show you the understanding mirrors, tracking mirrors, what mirrors and flips are, if you knew. And you really need to know that if you get into this lottery game, okay? You really need to know the difference between flips and mirrors. And we're going to show them you here. And if you're in Illinois, my previous video, I tell you what numbers I'm playing in Illinois. I probably won't do that today. Just go back and you'll see what numbers I'm playing for Illinois. My grandkids, I think they're a little loud, but hey, no, that ain't what I want. What is it? I thought I had to grab the flip in the mirror one. Oh, I did. I grabbed something different. Here you go. We're going to go flip and mirrors. All right. So I'm explaining to you what the flips and mirrors. A lot of channels are used them interchangeably. They'll call a flip a mirror and a mirror a flip when they mean the opposite of each one of those. And they totally different numbers. And you can't really strategize if you're thinking a mirror is a flip and a flip is a mirror. You have to know the difference between the two. So here with flips and a mirror is any of the numbers from 0 to 9, you add plus 5 to. Flips are any numbers from 0 to 9, you add plus 3 to. So here with the mirrors, they call them mirror numbers, sister number, opposite numbers. They do those three with those. Flips, they don't have no other terminology for them but flips. Okay, so what they have here is you add 5 to the 0, you get 0. Okay, I'm sorry, you get 5 to 0, you get 5. 5 to 1, you get 6. 5 to 2, you get 7. 5 to 3, you get 8. 5 to 4, you get 9. Okay? Now, say you take the 1,000 numbers and divide them in half with this mirror system. It's easy and simple to explain and use. From 1,000 numbers, you divide them in half on this number line. And on the top part of those 1,000 numbers, you have triple zeros to 499. And on the bottom half, you're going to have 500 to 999. That makes up your 1,000 numbers. And here you're going to say that a 0 is the same as a mirror of 5, 5 is a mirror of 0. 1's a mirror of 6, 6 is a mirror of 1. 2 is a mirror of a 7, 7 mirror of 2. 3 is a mirror of 8, 8 mirror of 3. 4 mirror of 9, 9 mirrors of 4. Okay? So if you played, say here, 0, 1, 2, and the Lord played 5, 6, 7, they just mirrored your 0, 1, 2 and played 5, 6, 7. Reason being, 0 same as a 5, 5 same as 0, 1 same as 6, 6 same as 1, 2 same as 7, 7 same as 2. Okay? If you played 1, 2, 3, and they played 6, 7, 8, then they just mirrored your 1, 2, 3. Okay? And vice versa. If you played 1, 2, 2, and they mirrored it with 6, 7, 7, they just mirrored your number, and vice versa. If you played triple zeros, and they played triple fives, they just mirrored your number, vice versa. Okay? Now, all right, here is flips, but they're different, going to be different numbers because you add 3 to 0 to 9. So you add plus 3, you get 0, you get 3, 3 to 1, you get 4. 3 to 2, you get 5. 3 to 3, you get 6. 3 to 4, you get 7. 3 to 5, you get 8. 3 to 6, you get 9. 3 to 7, you get 10, but you're going to use just the 0. You don't use the 1. Then 3 to 8, you're going to get 11. You don't use the number on the right left hand side. You just use the number on the right hand side. It's the 1. Then 3 to 9 is 12. You don't use the 1. You just use the 2. So here's the example. Now 0, 1, 2, and they didn't mirror your number. They flipped it and made 3, 4, 5. See here? 0, same as a 3. 3 same as a 0 and flips. 1 same as 4. 4 same as a 1. 2 same as a 5. 5 same as a 2. Okay. If you play 1, 2, but see on 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, you get 3, 4, 5 with a flip. But here is 5, 6, 7. Here you got 1, 2, 3 is 4, 5, 6. Here, when here is 6, 7, 8. And here you get 1, 2, 2, and it's 4, 5, 5. But 1, 2, 2 here is 6, 7, 7 in the mirror. And triple zeros, here is triple fives, but here is triple threes. And I can't really explain this. I don't know how to use it, why they use it, and anything with it. And I'm seeing people using it less and less, talking about flips and mirrors. Okay? Now, the thing is, because see here where, and then what boggles it and mess it up for me is a 1 and a 4 is the same. And an 8 and a 1 is the same. Now, how can that be to me? But here, all the numbers are different. That's why I can explain it on the mirrors. All the numbers are different. You're not going to get the same number. Like an 8 can't be a 1 and 1 be an 8, and it can be a 4 or 2. Don't add up. This here is 5 carries through to be true. This here don't carry through to be true to me. Just for some fact, a 1 is an 8 here, and a 1 is a 4 here. It just don't make sense. Okay. And the beauty of the mirror system with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, and why I love it so much, all this is work with the mirror system and puts everything, the ball in your court and everything to your advantage. Every last one of these columns got its mirror number with it. Every one of these numbers. Okay? Every one. Here. Let's go. I'm sure you can see column 9. Column 9, 0, 2, 5. The mirror of it is 570. See there? At a glance, you can see what number and its opposite fell or didn't fall in any of these columns. There's 026. The mirror of it is 571. At a glance, you can find it. Now, the object of this, like I said, if you got a column here and you realize that column 9 ain't hit in 3 months, or hey, you'll see how long it take these numbers. 2 months or 3 months. What you're going to look for, okay, you didn't mark the numbers off here. If you know what numbers done failed throughout the year, if you see that 025 and its opposite, 570 ain't played, you want to definitely play those two numbers, because by the law average, one of those two going to come out through the year. If you don't play it exact. And then if you see that none of these numbers over here didn't come exact like they are on this sheet, you definitely want to play that straight box. Because like I told you, 3 out of the 10 will come exact in the average of a year. But you'll be able to build your skill set like that and your strategies as you track using a PICK-3 at a glance strategy. You'll be able to build your skill set like that. You can't build a skill set with the tic-tac. I don't care what nobody say. Them tic-tac-toes, those grids, or all those other strategies not going to show you what tracking all 1,000 numbers is going to show you. It's just not going to happen. Every one of these columns mirror. So if a column I find ain't fail, I automatically will play that number and its opposite that ain't fail. And if it's 4 of them on there, you see time is on your side while you track it. because you can build a strategy and a skill set of the numbers you want to play and build a skill and build a skill set with. And stick with a budget. OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, and stick with a budget. Time is on your side when you track it, the actual 1,000 numbers, when you track it, the pairs, when you track it, the single digits, and when you know what's going on with the front pair and back pair on them numbers. And your state is on the side. Now, I got people winning now in North Carolina like crazy because the numbers are lining up for their state for them. I can't, how I hit and how I win I can't tell you you're going to win the same way. It'd be crazy to tell you that because your number's going to line up different than mine. All the state numbers run different. So there's nobody can say, well, I hit 5 times out of a week. That might be for their state. It ain't going to be for yours. Or I hit every day, which is a lie. I'll tell them that's a lie. If they do, and I hit 4 days in a row, but it depends on how the numbers line up. And I knew they lined up in my favor. I've hit 4 days in a row. You'll see it on I got it pinned in when I showed you 4 times I hit 4 days in a row. Do they happen all the time? No, if it did happen all the time, I think I have a YouTube channel. I don't know. They might cut me out. They might cut this out. I'm telling y'all. They might cut this out. I'm the only one teaching to track all 1,000 numbers and with my strategy. They could take my channel down. Make up a reason, find a reason. I don't know. Things happen, but I'm cool with it. Life goes on for me. But yeah. Track all 1,000. You got the sources there to do it with. And you ain't got to play every day. If you're in a hole, stop digging. I was in a hole, man, shoot. I was in the hole because I didn't know why I was playing them numbers. And when I won, I didn't know where to go to get no numbers. I go back to playing anniversaries, birthdays, and everything I thought that got me where I was, but digging a deeper hole, thinking that a number going to come back. And because I see it play a couple of times, I hop on it, and then that number don't show again for another 4 years, that kind of stuff. Because I got, like I say, I got 3 numbers in Missouri ain't played in over 15 years or so. And that's the 190, the 574, not the 190, 192, the 574, and the 160. So guess who's been playing all that number all that time? Oh, that's my pet number. Your pet number you've been playing for 150 years now. Now I'm not saying 150 years, but 15 years or so now. That's why the law average is the best one to use to our advantage. That's it. That's pretty much it. I might, let me see here. In my Illinois is over here. Since I'm in Illinois, I better I'm going to show you what's going on here. Let me find the sheet. Let me find my sheets. I am organized, y'all. I mean, I'm pretty organized. I'm happy with how organized I am to win. Definitely organized to win. OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent. Time is on your side. Just track. Get this down. Here's the numbers. When I went back and tracked, these are Illinois numbers. Okay. I hope I can. Yeah. These are Illinois numbers that I came up with to play for Illinois. And we've hit already on these numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These were the numbers that were left. We had this 1, 2, 5 fall in exact just like this, just recently. This is May, January, February, March, April. In April. Then we had this 916 just fall in April also. We're in May now, right? Yeah. And we had this just fall here. This just fell first of the year. Remember, I'm telling you, not the first of the year, first of this month, which is May. It came LA4. Okay? And when I say I'll be able to put together a bucket list these out of these numbers here, I put together a bucket list of numbers that I'm looking at playing when I hit. So I always know where to invest my money and what numbers. And I call these my bucket list of numbers. These are the first place I go to. Once these start hitting, I win off of this, then I go back up here to see what other numbers I'm going to pull off here that I hadn't played. Like here, this 791. I mean 781. You see that? And I build a bucket list. 781, 782, 784. These here, because they got two like numbers, is why I grouped them to play. That didn't fall last year. Same here with these are really hot. They hadn't failed last year, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and they got two like numbers, the 2, 7. So I grouped them together. And one is my birthday. That's definitely why I grouped. Because see, when this hit, any of these hit, I'm gonna reinvest heavily back into these 6 numbers. I'm gonna invest back heavily into these 6 numbers. Okay. And then, like I said, this 784 and this 804 hit right here. All right. And then, because they got two like numbers, and then it's a 561 and it's 916, like I say, just hit the end of April, and it came 619. But I play that. They got two like numbers. And then, that's like I say, these are my bucket list of numbers. Then here is the doubles. You might want to screenshot it. That didn't fall last year. That are picking up now. We just hit this 223, came exact. 233. This 223. This 155, we just hit it. It came out 515. This 448 came out exact. This 228 just came out. See what I mean? I know why I'm playing my numbers. If I pick anything off this list, I know why I'm playing them. And I'm watching the front pairs and back pairs and everything that's going on. And I knew that this 155 was hot because it had the 455, 557, 255, 155, 055 I hadn't played. But you can track them all, but you can't play them all. You won't get caught up trying to play all these numbers. Play what you want and stick with it. Like here, the 778, the 788, and this 223, and this 233. From my tracking, I knew whenever these pairs that set up like this, these numbers, which mirror each other, don't come in, these 4 numbers, play them, because one of those numbers that fall in year going to come in. Because like I say, they all rotate each year. And here is a set, 001 and 011, and 004 and 044. This my bucket list of numbers. So when I win, I'm go and reinvest into these numbers here. That's it for the year. For me. Now, you might see something tracking that I'll miss. So be sure you track too. Don't go by what I'm telling you, because if you do, you'll miss. You'll miss out, because you might see something I miss, okay? Or your strategy might be better. I got a guy in North Carolina is killing it, because he's sending me pictures of the tickets and winnings every time. And people have been generous because they know that I'm not lying and they're winning, okay? Now, here's the front pairs and the back pairs. On the front pair, the 047 just came. I hit that. I had that because I knew what I looked at was the 05 hadn't failed all year, and the 04 and 05 hadn't played. So I knew one of these two had to come, okay, like that, because they both had like numbers in them. And you might say, well, why you didn't go for the, because I really like the front pair looking like that to me. For some reason, I had a idea on this 04. And then 65, and then the 79. And the 798 came. And that's got my birthday number, 79, hadn't come. I was planning my birthday 792, because it's on the front, right? 792. And 297, because here's the back. 02 on the back just failed. It hadn't failed last year. Then you got the 07, the 30, the 81 there, and the 97. So like here, when I see a 79, can y'all see? Oh, you can't see. You can't see. You can't see it. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Again, these are front pairs and back pairs. The '04, the '05, the '65, the '79. Then you got the '02 on the back, the '07, the 30, the '81, and the '97. So just say that when I hit and say this 7-9 hadn't fell on the front and this 9-7 hadn't fell on the back, I'd pick that up as my nine. And this far into the year, my number to be played would be to play with 7-9-7. I'd play it exact like that because I know it ain't hit on the front or the back. That's how you made up a front pair and a back pair. It's the only one like that from last year. Okay? All right, y'all. So let's do the live. Let's go live. I mean the Q&A. I'm already live. Let's do the Q&A on any questions here. You say it hit 8 times. Where are you talking about, Stevenson? 8 times. Where it hit 8 times. Now we're talking about, I'm not talking about midday. This is evening. Okay? This is a lottery channel. And Seashell, how's it going? From San Francisco. Okay, Stevenson, San Francisco. Oh, you're talking about San Francisco. Okay, okay, I got you. Okay, okay. So you said it only hit 8 times, and it's only 2 more slots left. Okay, so that column's hot for San Francisco. Okay. Hmm. All righty. Look like I have no questions. So let me go with the back to throwback videos. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, Scott, thanks for spreading the word. I hope they're not disappointed for sure, and I'm sure you probably would recommend me if you thought I wasn't doing a good. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see that. Let's see. Just doing a throwback since nobody's. And they ain't gonna be able to see that neither. I don't think. Uh, tutorial for the 517. And as I always say, we sound like a broken record. We hit them again. The 517 came in Missouri evening draw. All right. I predicted for evening by tracking, and we are hitting on evenings, okay? And what we do is we take 22 numbers and we do the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers. And on those 22 numbers, we have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations of PICK-3. And it's simple and easy to use. We can track all 1,000 numbers, and we never have to guess what number we playing and why we playing it, because we can track them off 22 easy columns. And that's why I say we the home and no tic-tac-toes, no date sums, no grids, no flips, and no multiple 100 different rundowns that they have out there to try to hit predict what number is coming in the next day. The system not set up like that. It's set up for you to track the numbers to me and find out, I work with the law average and see how the numbers are actually rotating. Okay? And that's what we use the PICK-3 at a glance for. We track the actual 1,000 numbers, and we use the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers I mentioned, and we can always know why we plan our numbers. And if we miss a number, we can strategize and improve on how to hit and do better the next time, which make us all better players. And that's the same thing we did with the 517. Okay? And by working with the law average, we find out what numbers are left. Actual numbers, no guessing numbers, no guessing routine. You're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, seeing what's left, putting them in a bucket list, and use those numbers to hit. And once you hit, you continuously have a bucket list of numbers to pull from the actual numbers of the 1,000 numbers. Okay? So here's the date. It's December the 8th, 2022. Yesterday, evening draw, December 7th, 2022, was 517. This was straight. All right. And it came, and I like to tell last time that this number cut like this so you can see how the numbers rotate, how long it takes them to rotate. Last time this 517 came, Missouri evening draw was September 29th, 2021. Okay? So that gives you an idea. When you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you will begin to see the truth of how these numbers rotate. You'll see the truth about how long it takes you to hit a number. You'll see the truth on what front pairs and back pairs and single numbers, how they're rotating, so you'll know the best way to look at how to hit them. And with this system, I've hit straight more than any other system that I've used, like tracking the front pairs, the back pairs, the single pairs, and tracking the single numbers. And it's all done simple and at a glance. Okay, so this is straight. You can come see. Now, what we're going to do with those 22 numbers I said, you do the 1-1 rundown on them. With those 22 numbers, with the 1-1 rundown, you got all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations, and you got 22 columns. And when you do the 1-1 rundown, here's the base number. One of these base numbers will always be in the rundown, so you'll know where to find this 517. And what you're going to do, this will allow you to put all the numbers in a straight numerical order. It's the best rundown to me that's to use to get the 1,000 numbers and see everything at a glance and all in numerical order. Everything teachable. So we're going to have one to each one of these numbers, starting with the 5. 1 to 5 is 6. 1 to 6 is 7. 1 to 7 is 8. 1 to 8 is 9. And 1 to 9 is 10. But you don't use the 1, you use the 0. Then you just count straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the same, when you get to 5 at the bottom, 5 at the top, you're done. Same here, you just count them down. Add 1, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Same thing here, 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 at the bottom, 7 at the top. See how simple that is? Everything's numerical order. Everything's easy to add. And all in the same number at the bottom. You get at the top, you're done. All right? So what we're looking for is what one of these base numbers is in this rundown you just did. And the base number that's in the rundown that we just did, one of these base numbers, and I'll call them out. You got 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, and 037. That's 12 straights. And then you have 10 doubles. And those are two like numbers of the PICK-3, like 001, 002, 003, 004, 005. Triple zeros, 011, 022, 033, 044. Those are 10 numbers. Now we're looking for where this 517 is going to be in those 22 columns. And you're looking for the base number in this rundown. And here it is. Oh, there it is. 062. And there's the 026, and it's in column 10. All right. So when you see it's in a different form, but it's the same number, just one of the 6 ways that this 026 can come. All right. It's one of the 6 ways that 026 can come, but everything's in numerical order. And you see it's column 10. You're gonna look for you got the 026, and when you do the 1-1 rundown, it's gonna show as 571. And it won't show us 517. Same number. It's just one of the ways the numbers come. If you do the 1-1 rundown on this 026, it's going to show us 571. And here's the 571. Same number. Just different way it can come. So here, we're going to go to column 10 and look for the 026 on the straights. Here's column 10. There's the 026. And we're looking for the 571, and there it is. Bam, you're done. All 1,000 numbers are right here. And you can look at them at a glance. The beauty of this workout system is that everything is in numerical order. All these numbers, this is your 1,000 sheet here. At a glance, you can see what's going on with at any time when one of those 1,000 numbers drop, you can find in what column it's in, and you'll know what's going on with it. So the thing is now, how do you get to 1,000 numbers? You got to look at it. When you do the 1-1 rundown on these columns here, you got 10 numbers, but each one of these straights can come 6 different ways. So you got 10 times 6 gives you 60 numbers at a glance in one column of those 1,000 numbers. So 12 times 60 right here, 12 times 60 is 720. All right? There's 720 of those 1,000 numbers you're looking at a glance where you don't have to do any guesswork. You know where all those 720 numbers are and what column they are in. Now with the doubles, you got 10 of those. And they can come 3 different ways, all right? So you're going to put triples can only come one way of the 10 numbers. So you're going to have 30. You're going to have 3 times 10 going to give you 30. Each one of these columns represent 30 numbers. So 9 times 30 going to give you 270. This 720 and this 270 going to give you the 990 numbers all at a glance. And this straights, these triples here could only come one way, and there's only 10 of them. You're going to add that 10 to that 990, and you got the 1,000, 990 and 10, you the 1,000 numbers that you're looking at here, all at a glance. You ain't never got to worry about where the number's at. You ain't never got to worry about guessing a number. That's why you say the tic-tac-toe, the dates, the squares, and the flips. It will never show you what this is going to show you. Because you can strategize with this system. Because you'll always know where the numbers are falling off at what column. There's no guesswork in these numbers. You're looking at the actual 1,000 once these numbers come in, you always find it on the column and check it off. All at a glance. Instead of trying to look at 60 numbers at a glance, all you have to do is look at one column at a glance and know one of those 60 numbers came out in that column. Can't get no easier than that. Okay? All at a glance. Now, this here is a monthly sheet. Well, this is the end of the year. I started in June, but this is the end of the year. I started with YouTube doing it 6 months ago. So this is the monthly sheet that I did. I do a sheet every month to see how the numbers are falling every month. Then I do in 2023, I'll do a January annual sheet where I do mark all the numbers off as they come in every day off each column. So at a glance, I can see where everything is falling for the year. And then I do a monthly sheet to see how everything is falling for a month. All right? So with this monthly sheet, what I look at to see each month, what column no numbers fall off of. Then working with the law of average, if I get a column that ain't hit in 1 month, which is 30 days, of 60 numbers that ain't filled in 1 month, then 2 months, I get a column and it ain't filled. 3 months, I get a column. Then I know where to look when I do hit from my bucket list, for the numbers I gathered over time. There's where I'm going to get my numbers to pick the hit when I hit next time. I'm not going to be trying to guess all these 1,000 numbers, because I can find out what column it did come off of, and by the law of average, something's going to fall off that column. So I don't have to guess all these 1,000 numbers to figure out what number I'm going to play. And on average, one of these columns can take, just to show you, can take 3 months, 90 days. If I see a column ain't hit in 90 days, I definitely play this whole column straight box, or I'll play a 50-cent box at law average. And the reason being, I know if a column ain't hit in 3 months, something's going to come off the column. Or 4 months, it can take 4 months. Just to show you how often these numbers, how long it takes these numbers to hit. And when you playing numbers, you try to figure out what's hitting the next day. It just ain't going to happen. All right? And the beauty of this, everything in numerical order, and the 1-1 rundown with it, and the PICK-3 world, what you're going to hear about is mirrors and opposite numbers. And this here system works beautifully with the mirrors and the opposite number system. So, or mirrors. You call them mirrors. All right. And what we have is a number line here. And we have 1,000 numbers kind of divided in half. All right. And where you want to look at the mirror opposite number is a 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. It's just like Sam said, the mirror. 5 mirrors are 0, 0 mirrors are 5, 1 mirror is a 6, 6 mirrors are 1, 2 mirrors are 7, 7 mirrors are 2, 3 mirrors are 8, 8 mirrors are 3, 4 mirrors are 9, 9 mirrors are 4. Just opposites, that's it. But the beauty of this here is, on each one of these columns, the mirrors are included, okay? So let's go to this 10 again. You see this 571? The mirror of it is 026. All in a glance. See this 137? The mirror of it is 682. This 248, the mirror of it is 793. Simple reason. 5 is opposite 0, 0 opposite 5, a 7 opposite 2, 2 opposite 7, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite, all at a glance. That's powerful. For a simple reason, if you got a column here ain't filled in 3 months, and you realize that this mirror and opposite ain't filled, you definitely gonna play those 2 numbers, or those 4 numbers if you got the 012, the 123,
the 5, 6, 7, and 6, 7, 8 that ain't filled, you definitely gonna play those 4. Because the likelihood of one of those 4s coming in when you play is great. All at a glance. Everything in numerical order. You can't beat that. No big calculation, no nothing. Once you take these 22 numbers, starting with just this one sheet and following me, starting next year for sure, in your own state, with your own numbers. Because all state numbers rotate different. And you're going to have to track those numbers to see what the DNA and how those numbers are rotating. Midday going to rotate different from evening going to rotate different from midday. They're going to cross paths, but that don't mean the number's going to rotate the same. Okay? It's only 1,000 numbers. They can't help but cross paths 2 or 3 times out of the year. It happens about 3 to 4 times out of the year. Just because 1, 2, 5 shows midday and then 1, 2, 5 comes in evening, don't mean that all those 1,000 numbers are rotating the same. It happens. I track. I've been doing this for just a 30-year sheet that I've been working on. I know everything about these numbers and how they actually fall, how they actually rotate. All right? It takes 3 years for these numbers to rotate out because here's a reality check. You got 1,000 numbers. You got 365 days in a year. If you played a different number every day, you still got 635 of them numbers you ain't gonna hit. On average, just 365, about a third of those 1,000 numbers. That's why it takes 3 years for the numbers roll out. That's why it takes 3 months for a column to hit. You can go 3 months or 4 months. So when you're playing these numbers and you falling off numbers and switching numbers trying to hit the next day, you might be falling off a number that's coming in. You just ain't played it long enough. And the only way you're going to know how long to play the numbers is tracking the actual numbers. But you can't get with the tic-tac-toe, the dates of the create, the flips, and those multiple different rundowns on them. You just ain't going to get it. But here you get everything, all at a glance. Like I said, 60 to 90 days for one column for something to hit off of it. Another column might be 2 months. And the only way you're going to see what's going on with the numbers is tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. The only way. 1,000 numbers. 365 days out of the year. It's only a third of the 1,000 numbers. You got 635 you just ain't going to touch. That's why you have to track the actual numbers. And that's the system I came up with. And I can see everything going on with all those 1,000 numbers. That 571 right here, first time I hit all year. But I had it on my whiteboard to play, and we hit it. Why? Because I'm tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And I laid out why to play the 571. Because it was other numbers with a 5 and 1 in it that hadn't hit. You can strategize with this because you're using the actual 1,000 numbers. There's no other way you're going to be able to do it other than guess with hope and a prayer like I used to do. Okay? Now, again, another reality check. This column, let's go with this column here. All these numbers just straight as they are. 10 of them. And just don't use these numbers. Use any 10 numbers you want to use. If you play them numbers just like they are, every day for 365 days out the year, all on average you're going to get is 3 of these numbers to come straight. That's telling you the importance of tracking the actual numbers, know what's going on. Because you're only going to get a third of the 10. You got 1,000 numbers and a third of the 10 is all you can get. And a third of the year is all you can get. So all you on average going to get 3 of these numbers straight. And the next year after that, on the same column, you might just get 3 different more numbers straight. And the year after that, you might get another 3 straight until all these numbers rotate. But at least by by checking off the numbers and knowing what's going on with them, you'll know what numbers ain't hitting and how they're hitting. Like I said, ignis, and that's all I track, the 571. You can do this on midday. You can do this on any draw you want. You can track all of them. But they all gonna rotate different. And the only way you gonna know is you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. Because you just can't do a third of the numbers and figure out what's going on and play and try to hit. You got to be looking at all of them to play and know how to hit. And like I said, you still ain't gonna hit 635 of them. All right. Powerful. If you don't do nothing and you want to start following me and doing your state, checking your numbers, just follow me with your system and see how I do it. And as I check them off, you check your own state numbers off and see the beauty of this. That you don't have to guess what's going on with the numbers. You'll know what's going on with the numbers without a doubt. But you got to realize you're only going to have 365 that you're going to play, and it's going to still be 635 out there left to play. But you're not looking at all these 635 because they all are in this column in the combinations. So all you got to do is look at the columns to see which of these 635 ain't played. The 6 of the 635 ain't played in each column. That's how that works. That's why I call it PICK-3 at a glance. I had this sheet for 30 years. I've been playing PICK-3 for 30 years, and it's been good to me. I'm blessed to share it with the rest of the world. I guess I share it for the rest of the world. 70 years old, 71. I said I was going to start counting at 70. But I'm here sharing it with you all. Okay, now, so if you like what you see, subscribe, hit that bell, so when I post and upload a video, you can follow me, because I come up with other stuff that I add on as I go that I can share with you, you know. So yeah, that's how that one works. Now, here is another strategy. And it's a simple PICK-3 at a glance strategy. And it's tracking the pairs. And just like this 517, it's got 3 different numbers, so you're going to have 3 pairs. You're going to have the 15 here. You're going to mark off the 17 here. And you're going to mark off the 57. Okay? And if you have, let's say, if you have a double, like 112, you're going to mark off the 11, and you're going to mark off the 12. And if you have a triple, you're going to have like triple twos there. You're going to just circle the double twos. All right? Now, that's in any of the pairs that's not marked off, and this is a monthly, any of those pairs that are not marked off, you're going to carry them over to the next month. You're going to always know where your pairs that didn't play. So you don't have to ever guess another pair to play if you're playing and you want to play a pair or play pairs. All right? Here is called my single number positioning. This is where I know what numbers fell in what spot and how they fell. So let's say we take the 517 here that came in. We're going to mark the 5 off in the first spot because I did 0 to 9 on 3 columns. Going to mark off the 5. Going to mark off the 1 in the middle and the 7 on the end. And at the end of the month, what number is not marked off is when I'm playing a number, I will always know where to put those numbers at. For instance, let me do this here. I think I can get this erase of this off. and 610. Market this off for her. Okay, say on this, take this 160. Say at the end of the month, say I marked off all the numbers, but the 6 right here. And I'm playing 160. Quite naturally, I'm going to put that 6 on the front. Because it hadn't fell on the front, I'm going to start playing this 160 along with 601 and 610. For some fact, if that 6 show up and my numbers show up, it's going to probably show up with that 6 on the front. Out of the 3 different ways that out of the 6 different ways that 160 can come. All right. Now, front pair, back pair. Again with the 517. This is powerful sheet here too. Very powerful sheet. Very, very powerful sheet. All at a glance. This is a yearly sheet here though. Okay. And as a yearly sheet, what I do is 5-1 here. I'll mark it off on the front. And it's 1-7 on the back. I'll mark it off. And at the end of the year, whatever pair I don't mark off, I know what pairs I'm looking to play front and back. And I made pairs up. If a number don't fall, if the numbers at the top is the same as the numbers at the bottom. Let's say, I'm gonna give you a quick example. The 7-0 front don't fall, and the 0-0 back don't fall. What I do is I made it up. And I make a number on my bucket list at 700, 700. Because the likelihood of when those 2 numbers fall, they might fall together. Okay. Same way I look for triples. If I'm looking to play triples, and say for instance, 0-0 front don't fall, and 0-0 back don't fall, all year I'm looking to play triple zeros. I'm put triple zeros on my bucket list to play. But I know that triples only come out 3 times out of a year on a draw. And what I'll probably do is say, triples don't come out to the end of the year, like in December, no triples, because I know 3 of them supposed to come out a year on average. Then I'm definitely going to play them triple zeros in December. Especially if that old front pair and that old back pair ain't filled all that time. So you can track everything. It's simple. You can track everything. PICK-3 is the only thing you can do this on, yeah. That's why I don't invest in nothing else. PICK-4, I do a little with Powerball, Powerball, Lotto, and Omega. And all I buy is 1 ticket on them because they strictly luck. Strictly luck. That's all I buy. And 4 years, 4 years, not is not. But PICK-3, I have fun with it and I win with it. That's all I'm going to tell you. I have fun with it and I win with it. A whole lot better than I used to. But this is my system that I put together. And everything's all at a glance. Take about 10 minutes, if that, to put all this together. And this here, what I did is I took all the doubles and I put them in mirror and opposite positions. So at a glance, I know what double and his pair didn't fall or what double and his mirror didn't fall. So let's take this 001 here. 001 and it's 110, that's a pair. This 556 and it's 665 is a pair. But they're opposite or mirror each other. So if I look and see that one pair didn't fall and I track it through the year, I carry it over to the year if it didn't fall for the whole year. Or if the pair of one of the mirrors didn't fall, the 001 or the 556, I mark it and carry it all the way over to the year and add it into my bucket list. The other thing I like about it, let's say if the 001 is 002 and the 003 column, so nothing fall off that column or any of them like that, that's got 4 of them like that, I'm carrying those 3 over into the next year, because I know by law average they're gonna come out, they're gonna rotate. Something gonna fall off them instead of trying to play all them doubles. I don't have to play all them doubles. For some fact, I know which ones ain't showed up, and I can play by law average and just play those doubles as I'm hitting, and I'm looking for doubles to play. I already got my doubles lined up for the year. I don't go into the year from scratch. I used to do that. I used to go to the year starting all over with all those 1,000 numbers. And then as I was tracking, I started to realize that the numbers that hadn't played the year before was the numbers that was falling up the following year. And the year. All right, family. Thank you for.
All right. I hope y'all enjoyed that throwback. So, like I say, play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you're tracking, you'll soon be packing to Lucky Town. And remember, playing PICK-3 is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay? An OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, because when you're tracking, time is actually on your side.